Been a while. We'll see how this goes. I'm at the new place. Metz and I shot 2 videos here last week or the week before that went up. I know that the channel update went up today. Yeah, we're off to a great start. All right, well, welcome. I figure we try something tonight to talk and catch up with everybody, see how everybody's doing. Elvira is right here at my feet. What do you want? 2 people are in here with us. Hello, how's it going? No, well, you wanted to hang out. This is where you're going to stay now. Get out of here. What's going on to those who've joined us? And by us, I mean, you come right back. I'm going to pick you up again. Yeah, so I'm in the new apartment. It's been a while since I streamed, so I thought I would pop on here for a little bit tonight and kind of see how everybody's been. I worked earlier in the day and got done stupid early, and I'm still sans car, so I'm kind of stuck right now. Hi, Daddy. How you doing? How's it hanging, Newt? I'm doing all right, still waiting on my insurance company to get back to me. I finally got the police report today for the break-in of my car. What's up? 9 p.m. and still working. What's going on? How's work going? Yeah, I only worked till 4 today. I'm just doing some stuff for the Chamber of Commerce. Where's Metz? Metz is in Pittsburgh, because Metz actually texted me from a comic book store in Pittsburgh about some cool stuff that they had. New place? Yep, yeah. Aside from needing some more furniture, stayed up late yesterday watching the election. Yeah, I couldn't. I had to medicate myself to go to sleep, but it is what it is. Congrats on the movie. Whoa. Well, that's what happens, cat. Elvira knocked over the thing and then ran away. Insurance is so much fun. Yeah, no, it sucks. It really, really sucks. It took 2 weeks to get the police report handled, and now so my car has just been sitting in a lot, and now that I have the police report, somebody stole your car. No, somebody smashed up my car considerably, to the point where it was undrivable. 10 cars, if you watch the channel update video, 10 cars on my block where I used to live were all broken into on Friday. Literally, if you go back and you watch the the Venom 3 review, I stayed late at work to watch Venom, drove home, parked in a place where I don't usually park, and because of Venom 3, my car, the windows were shattered, stuff was stolen on the inside, my back tires were punctured, the hard drive with the footage of the movie was stolen. Thankfully, Mark has all of it in a backup, and then the producer has the first chunk of it already backed up as well. I had one of my credit cards stolen, a bunch of other stuff, so I had to cancel all my banking stuff because somebody got into my bank account. So I've just been kind of like, whatever I have in cash has been sustaining me for the last 2 weeks, basically. Which, do you think it was people from Reddit? No, it was 10 cars on my block were broken into. And then Alex, who worked on the movie with us, she lived one town over from where I lived, and her car was broken into as well, like a month before that. So it's just a thing when you live in big cities, But I came out on Saturday morning to all this police activity, and I was like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Were you parked here?" I was like, "Yeah, like your car." And I was like, "Oh no." So other than that, Newt's day sucked. Yeah, my day did suck that day, and then I it cost $150 there and back to work that day via Uber. Um, they stole the film. Well, yeah, but we have backups of everything, which is good, because if not, I probably would have jumped off a fucking bridge. Um, but yeah, so we have backups of everything. So my car's been sitting in a lot for the last 2 weeks. They can't do anything until they get the police report, and then now they have the police report. Now they have to wait for the insurance company. The biggest issue with it is the car is a lease, and the lease is up this month. So I probably won't see any money out of it whatsoever, because obviously I'll owe what's left on the lease. So it may be a while before I'm mobile again. So I've been walking. I literally live like my job is literally right outside this window. So I've been walking to work, and then like Walmart's like a mile up the road. So I've been walking that when I need like cat food and stuff around the apartment and everything. Or like the other day, I sent one of my employees to. Well, at least okay, they didn't attack you. No, no, I don't think it was anything like that. They just hide behind Instagram, like the Ask Me Anything things. There's some really funny ones that came in the other day of just people. It's like, come on, man, get a fucking life. It's been 3 fucking years. Wow, I'm really happy of how happy Crystal is without me. I'm really happy and how successful Tony is without me. Like, Justin's doing great with his weight loss, isn't he? Great, Uh, he needs a chauffeur. No, I'll be all right. I'm getting my steps in, man. And today, I got done work and I took a walk. And there's a comic book store in town, which I didn't know that. So I got a copy of the Toxic Avenger comic book. Yeah, that was pretty cool to know there's a comic shop in town, and was talking to the dude about like comic books and horror movies and shit like that, and let him know that I run the theater. So we could maybe do some business with the comic book store. And I want to read the Absolute Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Apparently, the Batman one sold out. It's going into its third printing. So I asked him to put me aside a copy of the third printing when it comes in, because I'd love to read it. And then, yeah, so that's kind of it. It's just been a lot of walking. Can't shoot right now anyway because Fallon's busy and Mark, who's a cinematographer, is in Chicago working on something. So I'm kind of in this holding pattern right now. I've been putting a lot more. I've been looking at some other old scripts that I wrote, and just been like, everything going on. I'm not feeling very creative right now. So I have a sci-fi movie I have to finish, and I've been like recycling odds and ends of other scripts and putting them together. My friend Drew Trauma is one of the. That's cool, man. That's pretty neat. Don't get yourself down. You're doing great things. I appreciate it. I'm trying. We've got two scenes left to shoot. Come on, Elvira. God damn, dude. The cat keeps knocking this over. Stop. God damn. Yeah. Just lay over there. Lay over there. I'll spend time with you later. Oh, fine. Bye. Yeah. So no, I'm not getting myself down. Hence why Elvira is not a. No, not at all. She can't be. She can't be responsible for things like that. No, she doesn't want screen time. I picked her up in the beginning and sat there, and she was just like, ugh. But no, I'm not getting myself down. We have two scenes left. It's getting super cold. Well, it is getting cold out. It's November. So I rewrote the scene. So Fallon and I shot a scene back in September. I didn't like it. I didn't like actually Big Heart logo. I've never had a Four Loko before. But a lot of doom and gloom. But no, we shot a scene back in September. I didn't like how it turned out. I didn't like that like we were kind of, it was getting cold out. I didn't like that we were rushing to do things. I didn't like the lighting. I didn't like the acting. I didn't think that her tone was right for it. Like, if we were really in that situation, hey, what's going on? If we were really in that situation, what's up, Newt? Hold on. Let me go back. What's up, Newt? Feeling good. Finally motivated to write again. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Caught alive. Bonjour. Hello. How is everybody? You've had a Richard Grieco. I did have a Richard Grieco. But yeah, so we got to reshoot that scene, and I rewrote it to feature the theater, because I think I can add a little bit of a little bit more drama to it and a little bit more kind of a creepy angle if we use the theater and we use the angles there and stuff like that. I was thinking about the movie Messiah of Evil for the theater scene in that a little bit. I have to shoot that, and then and then I got to shoot with um, making a movie. So cool. Yeah, we're almost done. Can I be in a scene with Fallon? Yeah, sure. Why not? Come on down. We'll probably have extras or something like that. But yeah, so I have that scene, and then I have to shoot the literally the opening of the movie. And I'm just waiting on Melissa for that one, because she's been working for prop and seamstress for Haunt, and now the Haunt season's over. She's kind of going into a depression a little bit. So I told her, like, let's get out, let's do something. We just got to shoot her last scene, and then mine and Fallon's last scene, and then the movie's done. It's in the can. I'm okay with full frontal. Yeah, well, I'll be doing the full frontal, and you could be in the scene. Be like you got a ticket to Anaconda. But yeah, so that's it. There you got that, and then the producer I'm working with, who helped get Pool Toy off the ground, wants to do a movie in the Dakotas. Melissa is beautiful, and I wish that she would come out and let's get some more stuff done, because she's great and she's so fucking funny in her scenes. She doesn't give herself enough credit for how good she is. No 3D glasses needed. Nope, it's coming at you. So the dude in Dakota wants to do a movie, so I'm kind of figuring out what I want to do there. I was kind of looking at this town that he has access to, and maybe thinking about like readapting my Mars vs. Cheerleaders script for that, because I optioned it 3 years ago to New Village Video, and nothing's happened with it in the last 3 years. So I'm kind of hoping that I can just take it back and remake it, because I have really cool like roadside attraction concept for that. Kind of taking my Mars Attacks pitch that I made on the old show, because I'll never get a chance to talk to Warner Brothers, so it doesn't fucking matter. Kind of taking that pitch and adding it to the Mars vs. Cheerleaders thing. And then I had this Popeye idea, because that enters the public domain. And I wrote like 50 pages a couple months ago, and I shared it on social media and stuff. I was like a Shadow over Innsmouth meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of vibe, with Popeye as like a sideshow freak strongman who's like this fishman thing. But then I saw that there's this British people who are making or who made a movie called Shiver Me Timbers, and I just know that if I fucking do this and I go forward with it, they're gonna call me a plagiarist. So I kind of like, I'm thinking if I should just delete it completely. It's the same thing with again, back on the old show, I made a joke about Dino Geist. So I sat down and I wrote the script, and that was in 2020, and I kept trying to get it made. Nobody wanted it. Everybody said that's a stupid idea. Invisible dinosaurs. Now there's a fucking movie coming out with Sean Astin called Invisible Raptor. And I was just like, God damn it, man! Like, fuck this, So if I did my idea, they would just say I ripped that one off. So I don't know. It gets frustrating. It gets like I don't feel like doing this stuff sometimes, because it sucks to like really get to dig an idea, and let's see. I had to shut down a production, my buddy's superhero movie. Ned Pool and Listerine. Oh, ha ha ha. Napoleon said steamships were stupid. Yes, Napoleon did say that. Yeah, well, it's the same thing, Florida Man. You know, it's like, oh, we went out and we pitched that in 2019, and like met with Paramount, met with Warner Brothers and stuff like this. Had like actual meetings. You know, I had to wear a fucking tie, and they all said the same thing. They're like, that's a regional thing. Nobody knows what Florida Man is. Nobody would watch that. Now there's like true crime shows and comic book things. So I'm actually changing the title, and that's been a big thing. Is Florida Man Saves Christmas won't be called Florida Man Saves Christmas anymore. We're not going to use the Florida Man. The book will be the same. It'll still be about Florida Man, but it won't be called Florida Man anymore, because again, the guy who's helping me put it together is like, you're just going to get blamed for ripping off somebody's idea, despite the fact that you started this in 20 fucking 17. So it's like, my biggest fear now is that I can't escape. No matter what I do, everybody's gonna say I ripped it off of somebody else. So like that kind of makes me go like, is this worth doing this anymore? Like, you know, again, we're doing Amityville Pool Toy Massacre, even though Night Swim came out because I came up with Floaters was the original title before that. So you know, what budget are you looking for Planet Frankenstein? No idea. That one's gonna be that won't be something that I'm gonna be able to do anytime in the near future. Um, I did a feature script on unpaid commission for a director and an entire plot. Oh wow, that sucks. There's been a couple times where there's been like scripts that I've written, that someone lands on a very similar concept. There was a movie called Voices with Ryan Reynolds, and I wrote almost the exact same script. Instead of it being pets, it was dolls. It was a guy who collected, his mother collected like antique dolls, and he had them. And you know, they weren't like Chucky or anything like that, but they were all the voices in his head. So it's like, just, I don't know. It's weird when you see like, this is a weird dumb idea, and then somebody else lands on that idea. But if you continue with it, then you're the ripoff artist. So you know, so we changed the title on Florida Man. You know, I'm probably going to delete the Popeye thing, even though I wrote 50 pages of it. You know, and I deleted the Dino Geist script just because out of sheer contempt, basically. But then again, that's one of those things. I wrote that while I worked at the other company. They would probably try and claim it, and like I'd have to pay for my own work. So, you know, is there anything truly original nowadays? No, not at all. You know, everything is ripped off from somewhere else, but I have to be extra careful when uh, you can after the Popeye story. There's a Popeye comic book too. When I was at the comic shop today, I saw it's like I Popeye or something like that. It's got like a Dragon Ball Z kind of look to it. But yeah, I had a really cool concept that I thought would like, oh, that will actually get some press because Popeye is in the public domain. But if somebody else already got to it, and it's November, I haven't started anything like shooting anything, so I wouldn't have anything out there to promote to even stake my claim. So it's really not even worth it at this point. Betty Boop is in the public domain next year. Maybe I'll try and come up with a horror movie for Betty Boop. Somebody already probably is doing it right now as we speak. You know, but I don't know. It's just I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, if I want to do anything. You know, we had these awesome sci-fi sets, and you know, but I'm going to have so much money and so much time this winter to shoot something. If I'm going to also do a movie with Dakota Guy, and if I also want to do Vampire in the spring, so more people fighting over pizza slices outside now. No, nobody. I live on a very quiet, you know, country street, and it's not really the suburbs. Very rural. You know, so none of that anymore. Super Saiyan first. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I try not to go Super Saiyan very often. Um, but yeah, I don't know. So it's I'm trying to figure out. I have the Infestoid script, but I don't really think that's what the dude wants. He kind of wants like an unofficial sequel to David Dakota's Creepazoid, which is what I was trying to do. Was take some other scripts that I wrote and kind of Frankenstein them together into a script, so we have something ready to go. And then once he kind of approves that, I can go in and start to fine tune it. Um, but I don't know. I'm looking at it now, and I'm just not crazy about it. And again, these are scripts that I wrote in 2016 to 2020 when I was like feeling good about things and people and stuff like that. So now I look at it and it just reminds me of people and places and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to like figure it out. They still haven't come to hook up my cable here either. So I've been doing everything on my phone or in my office. But I've got all my, you know, got everything up, posters up, bed in, all my dishes and all that kind of stuff. I just don't have bookshelves right now, so all my comics and my books and DVDs and stuff are all just kind of in piles on the floor. So I think I'll feel a little bit more at home once I get all that stuff kind of situated. But yeah, and I need some more. I have actually more space here than I had at my last apartment, so I have more room for poster frames. So I got to go get some more poster frames. I just don't want to be walking a mile with like 5 or 6 27 by 41 poster frames. So I'll probably wait until I do get a car, or when Metz or Melissa or somebody like that comes to hang out with me or something. Unless Elvira gets her driver's license. What do you think? You're useless. So yeah, so how is everybody doing tonight? Won't stay on too long. I just wanted to come on for a while because we haven't streamed in a bit. And I did the channel update. Congrats on moving. I hope the move went smooth. Yeah, it went relatively smooth. Aside from the car situation, I took some. I got this apartment in the beginning of October, so I was slowly bringing things here whenever I would go to work, but like the big stuff, my exercise bike, king size bed, all that kind of stuff had to come over here. And of course, I didn't have a car when we finally made the move, but my producer friend has a trailer for towing big stuff, so we were able to get everything into there. Just Elvira had gloom. Well, Elvira's the worst, man. Right? Knocking over my phone, peeing loudly in the other room in the litter box. But no, the move went fine. Any movies you're excited for? Notification is too short. I got it here in full rip. Yeah, it's all right. I haven't been on for that long. I'm just kind of just talking. When you got friends to help you move. Yeah, they. I definitely. I have great friends who help me move. Um, you know, uh, People. I talk about it in the thing, but they all help me load up the trailer, load out my apartment, load everything into here, help me move some stuff around. It's a much bigger space than I've had in a while, so there's a lot more room. When I used to live down the Jersey Shore, I had a massive apartment, and I didn't. That was like I didn't have anything then. Like I didn't have any furniture and shit like that. So that was like really big and empty, but that was because I got that at a fucking steal from the lady who owned it. Everywhere else I've moved since then has been like adequate for me. But my last apartment, I was just so ready to get out of there anyway, and the last two places really, Horsham and in Philly. It's all part of that same cycle of the last few years of like that pre-COVID, going to work at Screenwave kind of thing. It's like, everything from when I agreed to leave the Wayne, to now has been like this weird, like, what the fuck is happening kind of thing. So I just wanted to kind of get further and further away from there. And now that I'm in walking distance to my theater and I'm making positive changes there. I took over a building where his former general manager had stolen like $40,000. And the owner was going through some emotional things, so he wasn't able to, to handle it properly. So I came in and I quickly swooped in and made wholesale changes. Small steps make a big difference. I'm trying, man. The reason I talk about the budget is when I write, I get scared about what the budget might be. Well, no, I do the same thing. I write with what I have. I use like Rebel Without a Crew Robert Rodriguez's book as like my Bible. It's like right around what you have. You know, for the movie that we're in right now, I wrote it originally in 20. I wrote this in 2017. Um, Try isn't all you do, and if you're not trying, you're dying. Exactly. I wrote this in 2017 as a holdover while we were trying to get Satan's Slumber Party made, and you know, I was like, what's the dumbest thing we could do as a villain? I know pool toys because they're cheap and all that kind of stuff, and it was a much different script than what we've eventually shot. Um, well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all of you guys rooting for me, and you know, I'm trying to figure it out. There's no you know, there's no guidebook to this. There's no like, hey, you're gonna fuck your entire life up and then have to figure it out and put it all back together, you know, and there's gonna be big pieces of you missing, and you're just gonna have to keep on keeping on, you know, and figuring out new things to fill those things in with. So that's kind of where we are. But you know, I was saying about the budget, like when I sat down, I said, okay, what do we have? You know, I know I have this much money for effects and for actors. I know we have this location. I know, you know, I know I have these actors. You know, how can we make this work? So that's kind of what it's been. Has been like cobbling it together. It happened to you a million years ago in a huge way. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hey, what's going on? But yeah, so that's what this project has been. Is like it was writing with a budget, but writing in like, you know, just around the elements that we already have. And I knew I had certain puppets and stuff like that. I knew I had people who could build certain things. I knew the only reason I wrote the kaiju monster at the end was because I wrote that creature was made for, well, the body of that monster is the Carnosaur from the Roger Corman movie. Um, uh, how long and where can I find your movies? The one we're shooting right now will probably be out this spring. It'll go into editing in December, and we've been slowly kind of assembling the pieces as we go. But there's a lot of visual effects they're going to go into it now to kind of optimize what we have. And then like other stuff I've done, there's like a bunch of stuff's on Tubi, a bunch of stuff's on Amazon Prime. You know, I did a lot of stuff for Donald Farmer. You can find all that stuff on there. But yeah, destruction brings creation. I hope so. I've since we've been making this movie, I've done some rewrite stuff for some people, but that was because it was paying work. Um, you know, so beyond that, I just haven't had really the drive to create anything myself, because I'm just like, are we gonna do this? I just get tired of looking at the pile, you know, the pile of not of never produced screenplays, and then having other people do things that are kind of similar, or having things come out and it's like, fuck, we could have capitalized on that, but we didn't, you know, and so that gets depressing. But I'm hoping that, you know, it'll spark me once we get these last two scenes shot, and I'm like, okay, outside of inserts or some reshoots that we have to do, the movie is shot, you know. You can't chase trends. I know. Well, you know, but sometimes when it comes to indie film and oh my god, stop knocking this over. Jesus Christ. She keeps knocking this over tonight. Stay. Yeah. I don't know what her deal is tonight. She just keeps coming and knocking it over. I'm gonna get a tripod, like an actual tripod. But yeah, in indie film, I don't know. You're kind of you want to capitalize on the moment. Like, look how many people did like drug animal movies after Cocaine Bear came out and stuff like that. Those aren't the kind of movies I particularly like or want to make, but you know, the cats are jerks. But you want to, you know, you want to make money. You want to be able to do another one, you know, and so that's kind of where we are. But I know the next one is going to be a sci-fi movie, and to utilize those sets, and I have an outline. I have a concept of what I want to do, but Cocaine Bear is my hawk too. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was what it was. It wasn't terrible. Elvira knows about headless ghosts outside. Well, this is an old building that I live in, fully restored, but it used to be a doctor's office. Um, Back in the 50s, and now it's the Chamber of Commerce. I live above that. The whole second floor is me. Nice hardwood floors, nice seafoam colored bathroom. When I moved in here, I did some little tweaks of things, but I genuinely like here. I like how quiet it is. I don't like how far away I am from everybody. I'm over an hour and change away from Melissa and Mets and stuff, and the girl I went on the date with and stuff like that. Like I've been talking to her, and it's far for people to get out here, so gotta figure all that out. Um, yeah, I don't know. Again, I want to make my own type of stuff, not to get off topic or whatever. I want to make Newt Wallen movies. I want to I want to make little puppet movies and um, sexy girls with big guns kind of movies. And I'd love to eventually do Planet Frankenstein. You're an attraction. They'll come. I hope so. It would be cool to do certain things, and I have all this artwork made for stuff and props made for stuff. Hey Newt, I wish you the best. Keep fighting the good fight. You're doing great. Thank you. Um, just get a spotlight. Batman isn't. Well, Metz is in Pittsburgh now. Metz is with a friend in Pittsburgh who's getting married or having a baby or something. Um, so they won't be around. I have an idea, sci-fi movie about young people. That's like a Logan's Run kind of vibe to it. I don't know. I think when you guys see the sets, you'll be really impressed by what we have for the sci-fi thing, and maybe just being around those more will inspire me to kind of get off my ass and start writing something. And then that the town the dude in the Dakotas has is just fucking amazing. And my biggest thing is I just want to create something that's wholly my own. Uh, uh, how would we contact you for ideas? Just email me. Like the email for Schlock and All is on the YouTube page, or Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Just drop me a message at any time. I always respond to everybody. There's a lot of downtime sometimes, so I'm always like starting conversations with people. What's up? What's going on? So I think that once we just don't use your own money. Well, that's been the problem so far on this movie. Was we blew through the budget fairly quickly because uh, uh, a lot of things changed very quickly in the movie. We had a lot of things planned out that people threw wrenches in. The first 5 days of the shoot wound up costing us almost the entire $10,000 budget, because people were not prepared. People were righteously indignant. We learned a lot. I learned a lot about who we won't be associating with anymore after those first 5 days were shot out. But I also knew that people were there. People race. My buddy Race from Arizona he's in Mexico. He flew out on his own dime to come help me. I can't have everybody I can't have all these people here and be arguing with fucking actresses and stuff like that. And so I had to swallow my own pride and just let people do what they were gonna do just to get the fucking scene shot. So that sucked. There's a chunk of the movie that I look at and just be like, that's not at all what I had planned. Yay, what's going on? But so I got to the point where I've been using my own money to keep it going, which isn't easy or good. But like, if we want to get this thing done, and then when Diana Darcy said that she would be involved, that cost us some money as well. So, but we almost have a completed feature, and that's the biggest thing. Um, Logan's Run is my concept. I'm late 20s. Logan's Run's a cool movie too. Um, it's a learning experience, and I hope the money in time. I hope it's well spent. Um, I've been looking at the footage, and I haven't got to be as artsy as I want to be on a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot. If I had more time, I would set up more interesting staging to my shots. Every so often there's a. I promise not to be. No, you weren't a problem. Trust me, you weren't a problem. Um, Never do that. You find yourself there again. No, I know. That's the. Yeah, I know you've directed stuff. Um, when do you start editing? We start editing hopefully next month. I've got 12 pages left to shoot. Stoked to see it. It looks beautiful. Yeah, and it's the lighting is great. It's got monsters in it. It's got boobs in it. It's got some gore in it. A lot less gore than I thought there would be. Just because I didn't have the time or the energy for gore effects. So a lot of stuff is off screen, but it kind of works in that kind of David Dakota bubblegum pop era of 80s, VHS horror kind of thing. But the audio is clean, the visuals are clean, and the lighting was important to me. I wanted a very stylized lighting scheme to it. And then periodically, I try to get a little bit interesting with some of the shots, but we definitely didn't get. What are the release plans? The release plans are we're gonna do self distribution. I'll sell everything through a website. That way we can press them ourselves, and then we'll do a lot of cons. That'll kind of that's the producer's rollout plan. I'll buy 2 tickets. Awesome, man. I need all the help I can get when we finally get there. But getting it into festivals, getting into cons with a booth and stuff like that. By the time this one is ready to sell, we'll already be into the next one. So that's exactly what you guys are doing. Amityville NATO. That's cool. I love Amityville movies. I've been getting a lot of shit for this one. They're like, "Why are you doing a fucking Amityville movie?" I was like, "Dude, I have a special connection to that franchise. Like, I literally wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the Amityville Horror. That's my parents met because of the Amityville Horror. So I felt it was only like it only made sense that I make an Amityville movie, and then to do it the way that I did it, which is taking the piss out of these movies, and the way I end it is an indictment on people like me who are trying to cash in on the Amityville thing. So like it's a satire, that's kind of the goal with it. But there's been a lot of people who've been like really shitty about it, Need to sell Amityville cupcakes. That'd be kind of cool with the little windows on them. There's a bunch of like marketing stuff that we'll probably be able to do. Like each one of the pool toys is its own thing. There's stuff we could sell with that, but I haven't gotten I've thought about all that stuff, and I have a notebook full of ideas, but I haven't, I'm just so worried about just getting the movie done that I haven't thought about any of that stuff beyond that. Like, I just want to know that everything is in the can, and that we can just start editing and then figuring it out from there. No, a lot of people. No, some people are shitty who've made movies before, and they made good movies too. And there are people who've made really shitty movies too. But it's just a matter of like, it's always just this passing judgment thing. And I don't want to fucking win any awards, man. I don't care about that shit. I'm also not looking to make money on something. I wanted to tell a funny story that, like, I'm a producer on Amityville Aliens. Well, yeah, and I'm part of that movie as well. You'll be signing. I want to do like the pool noodles that we have with the eyeballs and stuff at the end. Those would be cool, like stuff. Hey, what's going on? Amityville Pool Toy Massacre figures. My buddy Mark, he does comics, and yo, what's going on, man? It looks all right. I'll once I get like bookshelves and stuff like that and everything's set up in here, I'll do like a little tour for you guys. Right now, there's just like piles of DVDs over here against the wall, and piles of film books over here, and boxes of posters. So my living room is a mess right now of just stuff. Like statues and old film projectors and stuff. Everything else in here is pretty neat and tidy, but my living room is just a mess. And then I got some empty boxes I got to take out to the dumpster when we were done here, because I was getting them over there to get them out of the way, and I was like, no, they're gonna look like I just like have a pile of garbage over here, but I'm the pile of garbage right here. Amityville Aliens has Amityville versus the Galactic Samurai Schoolgirls in it. That's a really, really cool short that I wrote and produced. We got Will Keenan to come be in it. And we got Fallon to come be in it. That's a cool one. I'm really happy with that one. Thank you. I getting the stuff that we did for Donald Farmer out the door, whether it be for Wild Eye or for Culture Shock. Like I can't wait for Darby Screamhouse to come out, because then people can buy the thing that cost me my left knee. Because I tore my ACL beyond, I can't have surgery on it while making a Donald Farmer movie. So that's poetic justice, right? When it comes to loving Z-grade films that much, that I'm willing to sacrifice my left kneecap for a Donald Farmer movie. But I'm trying to get this one out the door. We started it in July, and I thought we'd be done by now. I told the producer we'd be done in October, but things, suffering for your art. Oh, I sure did. I sure fucking did. And then it would get a little bit better, and I would feel a little bit better about it. And then for the 100th anniversary of the theater, I was hanging something, and I fell off a ladder. And when I fell, my knee went this way, and there was a silent film going on, so I tried not to make nice Rocky belt. Yes, well, you gave it to me. It's right here. It's Rocky Championship belt right there. And you were over here. You were at my new apartment. But yeah, I fell and I twisted my knee the opposite way, and I was crawling through the lobby, trying not to let people hear me like in horrible pain, because there was a silent film going on. So that hurt. And then last week when I was moving, and Chris, you were out there when it happened, I tripped backwards over, like when you open up the back of a trailer, like those cords that come out, I tripped over that and I bent it, and I was laying on the ground in the middle of Philadelphia, just like screaming in pain. I was in so much pain, and it swelled up that night really badly. So, but there's literally nothing I can do about it, Newt's pad is rad. Well, yeah, you were there. You saw me, and I'm laying on the ground, and I'm like, okay, there's all these people staring at me. Chris is staring at me. Joe and Brian and Alex and people like that are all staring at me. And I'm like, okay, people are staring at you. Get up. And I just could not get fucking up. I was so like, in that moment, I'm like trying to will myself past the pain to be like, okay, this is embarrassing. You need to stand up. But oh my God, I was in so much pain. And yeah, so. Keep an eye out for a cadaver ACL for you. Yeah, there you go. I'd love that. It's hard to hear. Yeah, I was waiting for further instructions. Yeah, well, I was trying to give people instructions. I just couldn't right there. That really, really fucking hurt. Like the day that it happened originally, because we got it on video, and I told the dude who runs Wild Eye, I was like, well, my injury has to stay in the movie. Like there has to be the behind the scenes clip on the DVD to make it worth it. So he's like, oh yeah, of course. So the thing, I don't know if it was Fallon who shot it or Melissa who shot it, where it actually pops. I sent that to them, so that's going to be on the special features for the movie. So So just my luck, you know. Um, yeah, but we're here now. We're at my new place, and it's right next door to work. So it's been interesting to get up and walk out my front door and just be right there. It's been a double edged sword though, because now that they know I'm next door, my employees will be like, I don't feel well, I'm going home, and then I have to go over there and cover. The other day I was out kind of walking and I was wearing like a hoodie and a baseball hat and stuff. And when we're working, we wear wear tuxedo shirt, bow tie, nice jacket, nice pants, dress pants, just shoes. And I'm over there running the box office and the closeout wearing a fucking like t-shirt and a baseball hat. Any rad film festivals in Philly? I don't know. I haven't really been as connected to the film scene as I'd like to be right now. But your new place has a nice vibe. Yeah, and I'll show you guys more. I think I posted pictures on the Discord and on Twitter and stuff like that as I've been putting up posters and all. But I mean, until it's all done, it's sort of a mess right now still. Um, but yeah, I haven't been as connected to the Philly film scene. Um, just because a lot of those people are so connected to the people I used to work with, and so they've kind of shunned me to a degree. It's like the same thing with like the trauma people and stuff. So I've kind of been staying to myself until I have something to show, and then once something's ready, take that out and be like, whatever, you can't, we have something, we're not trying to get clout or anything like that. We just want our thing to be seen. So I don't know. I haven't really been paying as much attention to all that, um, uh, how's Elvira adapting? She's fine. She keeps knocking the camera over, but right now she's laying on the kitchen floor. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here without knocking over the camera. That's the key. Come here. Ugh, you're so fat. Say hello to the people. Say hello to the people. You're gonna make everybody think that you hate me. All right, get out of here. She's not cute. Don't give me that look. I wanted to share your cuteness with everyone. Do you want to at least come sit up here? Can you pretend like you like me when the cameras are, Boy, you are just like, you're like a lot of ex-girlfriends, man. She got everything she needs. She's got more toys and all that stuff than anything. I want to include her in my life, but she's a jerk. And now you're gonna sit there and look sad? That's fine. I don't need you. I don't need anybody. But yeah, we're almost all set up in here. We're almost all shut up. Is this live? This is indeed live. Hello. I haven't streamed in a while, but I got done early today, and I figure I needed a reprieve from the world, so I figured I would catch up with all of you motherfuckers and see what's going on. Mets is in Pittsburgh right now, so couldn't come and hang out with us. Can you bring back a great take on 80s kung fu movies? What do I have? What do I have that's 80s? Oh, here, hold on. I got something 80s kung fu for you. Hold on. What's more 80s kung fu than an original The Crippled Masters poster? I love that poster. Yeah, I got I got 10 more spaces to fill, but I need be well, take care of yourself. You too. I got 10 more spaces to fill with movie posters. So I had to pick, I have hundreds and hundreds of movie posters still. So I had to pick out 10. Two Champions of Shaolin. That's a good one too. But I had to pick 10 movie posters out here. I'll share with you guys what I picked. Let's see what I got here. So I have 10 still to hang. So I figured I'll put Ghoulies back up, because I need to put Ghoulies back up. Put that one back up. What else do I got here? I'm going to put my... Put Blowout back up, which is my 5th favorite movie of all time, Brian De Palma's Blowout. I'll put Poltergeist back up, obviously. Oh, here you go. Here's one that's special. Fucking Jim Cotta, motherfuckers. Who else has a Jim Cotta poster? Such a ridiculous movie. But yeah, that's a fun one. Mets bought me this one when we were at that con in Ohio. An original Queen of Blood poster. This is one of my favorites, so I'm very, very excited to frame this one. Fucking just a beautiful poster, and one that I've always wanted, and Mets gave me this one as a gift. So I'm very, very excited to finally frame this one up. It's just such a cool piece of artwork for this one. So I got to get that one framed. Original Cemetery Man, the American release for Cemetery Man. The MST3K, the movie poster. Get that one framed back up. And then the other two are two other versions, because I have all three versions of Ed Wood. Is this the French one? Yeah, this is the French theatrical release, which used to be framed in my old apartment, not my last apartment, the one before that. This was a gift from the Redhead. And then this is the American release of Ed Wood. I've had this, so this is like one of the very first movie posters I ever bought. So those are the ones that I'll have framed once I get some frames in here. But everything else right now, like in my living room, Batman Returns, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, Son of Dracula, Blackula, Monster Squad, Halloween 3, Conquest, Revenge of the Living Dead, Curse of the Living Dead, Fangs of the Living Dead, triple feature, Rat Night of Terror, Humanoids from the Deep, Torso, The Psychic, Pieces, Burial Ground, the American release of The Beyond, which was Seven Doors of Death, and Dr. Butcher MD is all in my living room right now. So it's a very eclectic collection of things. Yeah, so, you know, that's my living room. And then my kitchen right now is A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Star Crash, Star Trek 4, Star Trek 6, Hard Ticket to Hawaii, Breakin', Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990, and Lady Terminator. And Phantom of the Paradise. So, yeah. Move the camera so we can see your living room in VR. My place is a mess right now. Hold on, let me put everything back, and I'll show you guys around real quick. Hold on. 1 second. Ah. Stay. Okay. All right, ready? I'm gonna show you guys around. So as you can see, that's the boxes of crap that I was telling you about. That's that, and I have a Batman hanging from the thing. So into master bedroom where I have Zombie, Deep Red, Creep Show, The Thing, Inframan, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and then that's autographed by Tarantino. That's autographed by Robert Rodriguez. Ooh. Try not to show the mess of my then Star Wars posters. It's Gerald gave me that before I moved. And you can see Hard Ticket to Hawaii, original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Breakin', and then Melissa made me that. Mel Heflin made me that. She painted me that for when we were shooting the movie. Yeah. So where do I get all these? I've collected them over the years. There's some cool stuff here. Some old newspaper ads that I got framed, Mondo Cane, things like that, that I just thought were neat, so I framed them. But yeah, there's plenty more room to put stuff up, but tons and tons more posters there, and boxes and boxes of them. Let me reconnect this again without it falling over and causing more of a stay. Oh my god. All right, I can't blame the cat that time. That was my fault. All right. So yeah, so that's that section of my apartment. There's more over here, but it's still all filled with boxes and stuff. So I don't want to show that part, so people can't be like, "Oh my god, look how he lives." But yeah, so that's kind of yeah, that's just some of the stuff that I have right now. Live chat that back up. No sex dungeon. No, no sex dungeon. But we'll see. Maybe the next place. But yeah, so that's kind of it's kind of where I'm at right now. I just wanted to put up frame posters, and this is just like a it's just a little selection of what I have. I have so much more stuff. I keep going through things and not remembering. Like I have like Ninja 3 The Domination. I didn't know I had that. I have like, hold on, let me just grab some of this weird stuff to show you guys real quick. Like, I don't know where a lot of this stuff came from. Like, there's an original Sergeant Kabuki Man poster. I don't know where that came from. Cynthia Rothrock movie. I'm like, where the fuck did I get that at? Or here's another one. The fucking Double Trouble with the Gladiator brothers. I'm like, where did this come from? Where did I get this from? I don't know where half this shit came from. Do you want a housewarming gift? Well, you already gave me a housewarming gift. You helped me move. That's the ultimate housewarming gift right there. But I'm just like, I don't remember getting Lady Dragon ever at it. Like, I don't remember it being coming in like in a you know, in a lot that I bought or anything like that. It just like I was going through stuff and I'm like, oh, okay, I have Double Trouble and Lady Dragon. I don't know where I got those from. Here's oh, here, this is a cool one actually. This is the entire cast of the Devil's Rejects signed this poster, and this was collecting this over the years at different cons that I went to and stuff like that. Double Trouble. Yes, he is in that one. Actually, you did the review of that. Yep. Don't deny that you. Oh no, I don't deny it at all. I think it's fucking cool as hell. I just don't know where it came from. Here you go. This is Times Square. Fantastic soundtrack. And fucking, you know, Dr. Frankenfurter as the DJ. Oh, here you go. Rabid Grannies. Trauma put this one out. It's a, I think it's Danish, kind of Evil Deadish kind of movie, but this is a fun movie. I don't remember where I got this from either. There's just all this stuff, and I'll never have room to hang all of it. But if I did, you know... I'm assuming I got Rabid Grannies and Sarji Kabuki Man at the same time, since they're both Trauma releases. But, you know, something to get those old posters, throwing random posters with it. Yeah, it could have been, because I've got some really weird shit. There was like those like Chariot of the Gods type movies that came out. How many posters do you own? I don't know. I used to have well over 3,000. I sold the bulk of my collection to get Florida Man started. I sold well over 2,000 posters to get Florida Man started to my friend Lonnie, Justin Silverman's ex-girlfriend, because she has an eBay business. And yeah, so... I got some really weird... Yeah, I do. I don't know. Eventually, one day, I'd love to do something with, like, all of them. But I'm actually, like, giving some stuff away. One of my employees, one kid who I... Justin Silverman is lady. Well, he was sleeping with Crystal after me, so, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I just have, like, weird Lord of Illusion... Matinee, yeah, me too. What else is in here? Megaforce. I've never even seen this movie before. The Backwoods Massacre? I don't even know what that is. But yeah, fucking Megaforce, man. Deeds, not words. That's what I'm told. Can you send me Matinee? Do you have Ghoulies 2? I think I do, somewhere. It's somewhere in here. Yeah, here's the Matinee poster. That's a cool design. I have a mini version of it as well. But yeah, I mean this is just like there's just so much stuff, you know. You don't have a collection, you have a museum. Yeah, I mean there's an entire other box over there of stuff. I have a couple newer things. R.I.P. John Goodman. Better not be R.I.P. man. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. There's the Haunted World of Ed Wood, which is a really cool documentary that came out a couple years ago. Apparently this poster is worth a good amount of money, and I didn't know that. I got it. I remember buying this very, very cheap. So I made out pretty well on that one. But yeah, no, I've just got like tons and tons and tons of stuff that I'll never, ever, ever have space for to hang. Here's 3 copies of Candyman. In the Mouth of Madness right here, I've got the Mouth of Madness poster. Do you read Sutter Kane? Yeah, there's just too much crap. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna use Steel Declaration of Independence. Newt, maybe I could. Do you save these from the theater? No, all the ones I sold are from the theater. I had pretty much everything from 2002 to 2020 probably. I had everything, and there's only a couple things I kept. But for the most part, I got rid of everything. So I'm like, what the fuck am I like? There's no reason for some of this stuff to hold on to it. So I got rid of pretty much everything. But I kept like these old ones and weird ones, like just because I thought it was cool to have them. Where's Starship Troopers 2? The funny thing is I gave Justin, I had a massive French filibuster poster, as big as like the wall in here, for Starship Troopers, and it was the insect leg going through a helmet, Space Marine helmet. I don't know if he still has that. He probably got rid of it, but I gave him that as a gift that I had. It was really cool. What's up, everybody? Yo, what's going on? We're just going through all my weird movie posters. There's Lord of Illusion. But yeah, I don't know why. I was like, why the fuck do I have 3 copies of Candyman? Like, there's no reason to have 3 copies of the Candyman poster. And some of these I remember buying, and some of them, like I said, I have no clue where they came from. Hey, Newt, what's going on? How's Mets and everybody? Mets is in, do you have Gremlins? I have Gremlins 2. I actually prefer Gremlins 2 to Gremlins. Yeah. Do you have any Friday the 13th posters? Yes, I do. I have Freddy vs. Jason in that box. I have Jason Goes to Hell in that box. And I have, hold on. I have a cool Friday the 13th one. Now I just want to go through all my posters and see what the fuck I have. Not trying to ruin anything. So I have here's Space Hunter with Molly Ringwald and fucking Michael Ironside as Overdog. This one was in 3D. I have that one. It's the German release of Raw Force, Kung Fu Cannibals. This is the German one for it, because I got into this kick for a while of foreign posters. There's Cameron Mitchell there. There's a Swamp Zombies 2 poster. These were cool ones. When I used to do the cult shows at the Anthony Wayne, Mr. Lobo used to make these for me. We did Bride of Frankenstein, designed one that looked like the science kits from like the old days and stuff like that. So he used to make these for me. Tales from the Crypt, Robot Monster. Let's see. I know I have a Friday the 13th in here somewhere. He Knows You're Alone. 4 Flies on Grey Velvet, the Dario Argento movie. Oh, here you go. Here's a fucking cool, weird one. I have no idea where this came from. This is they used to do the Outer Space Connection, which was like one of those like alien documentary movies. I have no idea where this one came from, but it's a cool weird old movie poster. They'd always be like voiced by like Orson Welles or William Shatner or something like that. Sun Pictures put these out back in the day, but yeah, just like weird shit, man. Extro. You ever seen Extro before? I have Extro. Malibu High. It's the Malibu High poster. I love like old painted posters. This is a the Devil's Garden and let's see, Devil's Nightmare double feature poster. I really like these double feature posters, and they're cool because they're stamped on them, like the drive-ins that they played in and shit like that. Here's The Wizard of Mars with David Carradine, or John Carradine was in that one. Scalps, Fred Olen Ray's Scalps. He actually gave, this is his, he gave me that. Oh, here you go. Teaser poster for Friday the 13th Part 2. So, yeah, got that. Yeah, no, now I'm just like showing you guys random crap. I can stop now. We can get back to talking. John Russo's Nightmare. You ever saw Nightmare before? I have a really funny story where I was offered to write the sequel to this movie, but he didn't actually own the rights to it. So that didn't go very far. But this was done by John Russo, who wrote Night of the Living Dead. It is not a good movie. I had a really cool concept for the sequel, though, that never will see the light of day. Let's see. Oh, here you go. Here's a more family-friendly one. Teaser poster for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Mutant. The not xenomorph, you know? Here's a really obscure movie. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this one before. It's called E.T. I gotta hang this one eventually because E.T. is my first word, so I probably should have that one hung up. It's time to even the odds. Death Blow. I only wanted this one because it's like very salacious looking. And I'll catch up with the chat, guys. Sorry, I left y'all hanging here. There we go. Here's Edward Scissorhands. Oh, here you go. Here's one that you guys might dig. Grand Theft Auto. Roger Corman. Ron Howard. The Naughty Cheerleaders. Another version of Midnight. This was the painted version. Cat People. Exorcist 2. The Spookies. Here's Triple Xmas, and then this one's autographed by the whole crew from that movie. Stanley. Oh yeah, cool. Stanley, the Killer Snake movie. So yeah, so that's just some of the crap that I have laying around, and I have an entire other box over there of stuff. So I have a lot of movie posters, and a lot of this shit I'll never ever have room to hang. But yeah, I've just inherited or purchased a lot of like, you know, posters and then poster lots and stuff like that over the years. And occasionally I give stuff out as like gifts to people. But yeah, I genuinely love old movie posters. And I just that bygone era of movie poster collecting Oh, that's kind of cool. So a friend gave me that. Autographed by Steven Spielberg. So yeah, so let me put all this down. Let me catch back up with the chat, guys. I'm sorry I left y'all hanging there for a second while I went through my shit. Let's see. E.T. All right, let's see. Go back. Barbarian Brothers. Some kick-ass posters. All right, Mac and Me poster. No, I gave Mac and Me to my former show. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna put you guys right here so I can read. So many kick-ass posters. Thank you. Whatever happened to that guy? What guy are we talking about? Barbarian Brothers. Mr. Lobo. I think he's still around. Is he? Doesn't talk to me. Let's see. Extra is a great one. Any Japanese posters? I think I have. Yeah, I have. I have something. I have a couple Japanese posters. Do a review of Extra 2 and should do a review. Yeah, do one. I'd love to see that because I love the first Extra movie. Legally Distinct Xenomorph, exactly. And the ET poster was thrown in with a poster by. That's kind of cool. Old Opie Cunningham. Didn't know that Grand Theft Auto was a movie. Yeah, before the game. I should probably make an Excel sheet of the posters. I've always thought about that. When I had got a primo collection. I appreciate that. When I was sick back in like 2004, 4, 5, 6, I made a whole spreadsheet of all the movie posters I had, and that's back when I had a couple thousand of them. So now it's far more manageable. I probably have a couple hundred now. But and I know over there is like any favorite Christmas movies. I don't know. I like Krampus. I like Gremlins. I like Batman Returns. I have that framed here. The thing I hate every year about Christmas is the whole is Die Hard a Christmas movie conversation. It's like, yeah, it's fine. It is. Sure, stop. You're an adult. Whatever you want to be a Christmas movie can be a Christmas movie. But I don't know. I don't particularly like Christmas, so I tend to not like Christmas movies. But yeah, I don't know. I should probably start another Excel sheet because I used to have so much shit. It was crazy. Highlander is a Christmas movie. I could see that. You're the reincarnation of Ed Wood. I mean, hey, if people remembered my name, when I'm gone, that'd be swell. And not just be like, oh yeah, that was that guy that was the plagiarist and ruined everything. I just genuinely have an affinity for this era of, exploitation movies and favorite Alan Smithy film. Burn, Hollywood Burn. You ever see that one before? That's literally about Alan Smithy. I don't know, maybe Hellraiser Bloodline would be one of them. That's one up there. Which I don't think that movie's that bad. I think that movie, the assembly cut of that movie is actually really good. Now I gotta put all this stuff back together. But yeah, I don't know. I genuinely love this shit, and I collect it because I'm like, oh, one day I'll have room for everything. I'll never have room for everything. I'll be forever living in, 1-bedroom apartments and stuff like that. But it's cool to have it. It's cool to get into a conversation with somebody and be like, oh, I have rabid grannies. But yeah, no, I'm kind of excited. Like now that the Cynthia Rothrock poster, I need more Cynthia Rothrock posters. I think in my life. But yeah, so that's like a little Susan of the amount of shit that I have here, and that every time I move, I have to bring all this stuff with me. Do you have any press kits? Yes, I do. I have a press kit for Poltergeist. I have a press kit for Dracula versus Frankenstein. I have a press kit for Raw Force. I have a press kit for uh, Jesse James or Billy the Kid Meets Dracula. What else? I have a press kit for Toys, the Robin Williams movie. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of those somewhere in boxes still. Um, yeah, because again, I'm collecting that and you know and lobby cards. Like I have the lobby card for my favorite Mexican science fiction movie, Ship of Monsters. I have those framed. I don't know. I just have a lot of movie stuff, and I keep giving things away or throwing things away as I go because I'm like I'm never gonna have room for all this stuff, and it's just kind of like bogging me down. But I also have I have marquee letters from the Anthony Wayne from the old marquee, and never seen Toys. I don't know. I liked it for what it was. It was different. It was a big. It's one of those big swing and a miss movies. Sonnenfeld was trying something very different with that movie. And does it all work? No, but there's some very interesting stuff in it, and there's some very interesting concepts and core ideas that I liked with it. So and Toys is not. I haven't seen that movie in fucking forever, but I just no one will forever at my age will ever be able to forget the trailers with Robin Williams out in the field, where they just let him riff and the old "Let's go out to the lobby," because then they parodied that on The Simpsons with Mr. Burns one as well. So I don't know. There's a lot of again film movies are my life, and as sad as that sounds, so this stuff is the only stuff that makes sense to me. It's the only currency that I have. So and I want to try to bring that into the world in a good way and like make things that one day maybe people will look at the same way that I look at this kind of stuff. Like not a lot of dickheads have Curse of the Living Dead, Fangs of the Living Dead, Revenge of the Living Dead poster framed on their wall with Elkie Summers, Mario Bava and Anita Ekberg and stuff like that. Or have a Double Trouble Barbarian Twins movie posters and stuff like that. What does the stuff really mean? The stuff is about consumerism. Has anyone made Amityville Sandwich? I wouldn't be surprised if they had. I haven't seen all the Amityville movies yet, but we make fun of that in my movie as well, as far as like whatever can be an Amityville movie, we make an Amityville movie. Race just texted me. Maybe he'll pop in on this stream. Race, if you're in here, say hello. I just got your text message. No, the stuff is about 80s consumerism and the packaging and what we put into our bodies and all that kind of stuff. So it's a great send up of that era's decadence and even you could look at it like the Reagan era as well, and the idea that like we're creating debt for future generations, and that was sort of the idea of that movie in a way. The Amityville people should file a class action lawsuit. That's actually in the script. That the people like the reason that Chocolate Chip Charlie and his Mad Kung Fu. Yeah, but we make a joke. Amityville Toilet is a movie. It was total Reaganism. Yeah, but we make a joke about the people of the town being tired of the movies, and that's why the story that I'm making kind of kicks off into play. So you'll see when you see the movie. But I try to give it like a little bit of like a Halloween 3 kind of vibe to it a little bit. So I don't know. Hopefully it works. That's my goal is that hopefully it works. Hopefully I haven't wasted my friends' time when they come from Chile to come help me with the movie. I hope they change their name to Friendship. Well, as you know, Amityville means friendship. We'll see. We'll see if the movie's any good. If not, I won't get to do another one. So well, maybe that's not a bad thing. Amityville, Bored Out of Hell. Amityville takes on Jumanji. I'd see that. Well, that's kind of what my Amityville arcade script is, and that was before the newest Jumanji came out, where it's about a cursed video game. Hey, you got to mention. Yeah, you did. Does your cat like your new home? Yeah, she's all right. She kept knocking the camera over earlier, but it took her a little bit to adjust. But now she seems happy. So didn't Amityville, the island, yeah, it was called Amity Island, which was actually filmed in it was Martha's Vineyard where they filmed it. And then Amityville is in Long Island, New York. So yeah, and this is my last dive into the Amityville world. I just wanted to make one, because I wrote and produced a segment for Amityville Aliens for Donald Farmer, but I didn't direct it. I wanted to write, direct, produce, act in an Amityville movie that says everything I want to say about these Amityville movies, and then move on and do something else after that. So like I said, we're 12 pages away from being done. I've got 2 fucking scenes left. Martha's Vineyard Pool Toy Massacre. Hey, unless we get to do an Amityville Pool Toy Massacre 2, I have an idea already for a sequel. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I kind of end it in a way where there couldn't be a sequel. But I also thought about, I did that on purpose, sort of like Beneath the Planet of the Apes, where they blow up the planet at the end, but they still made sequels. So, there was a little bit of that in there. Martha Stewart, Pool Toy Massacre. Hey, why not? Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg together, Pool Toy Massacre. All right, let me put some of this stuff back. Bear with me for a second, guys, while I reconfigure. Not again. Nope. That was me that time. Stay. Put that right there for now. All right. All right. So everything's put away. So yeah, guys, that's kind of it. I just wanted to pop on tonight for a little bit and see what everybody was up to. Stream for a little bit, and we had 33 people in here. Can't wait to see the end of the film. Me too. Like I said, I've been watching it in chunks as we shoot it. Obviously, like when you're in it and you're directing, acting, producing, keeping an eye on the money. I was doing lighting, directing, acting, focus pulling all at once. It's very hard to kind of know what you're getting and what you're not getting. So a lot of it has been a blur to me. So I when I watch back the different takes, I'm like, okay, good thing we got an alternate angle here. We did this because I really wasn't crazy about this. So it's gonna be interesting, So you're acting, yeah, I'm doing everything. Yeah, but I put it on myself on purpose because I don't want anybody to be able to take it away from me. I don't want anybody to be able to say like, oh, he didn't do this or he took this, somebody else did this or whatever. So I've been trying to do everything so that the Hack the Movies people can't take that away from me. The Screenway people can't take that away from me. The Reddit people and all that kind of shit. They can joke. Maybe the movie won't be good. Maybe the movie won't be, up to the level they could have made a movie at because they're all so talented. But I did it, and I did it to the best of my ability. And they can't hurt you anymore. No, they can try though, and they don't stop. So I've been trying to do everything myself and to have my fingerprints all over it so that, no matter what happens, The movie, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they make something. But yeah, so I've been taking everything on myself to kind of like, so that they can't do that kind of stuff to me. And it's like, and maybe again, maybe the movie won't be good. Maybe the movie won't be up to their standard or your standard or whatever. But I did the best I could with what I had, and that's not just money, people, gear, whatever. I did it to the best of my skill set, and maybe my skill set is not, you know, what it needs to be to produce films. There's a lot of times where I was in over my head and I knew I was in over my head, but we were too far into things for me to stop. So I just had to keep going and keep figuring it out. So this has been this has been a trial by fire kind of thing, but it's also been like when it's said and done, this was me. This was me doing it, so yeah, I'd love to do a cool anthology movie one day. I've written so many of them. Like I said, I wrote the whole Cinemassacre one that was going to be about every short was going to be a different era, a different area of filmmaking, and with James as kind of the host of it. Which I came up with some really fucking cool shit for that, and that never went anywhere. But that was a cool anthology idea, and then we'd shot a good bulk of what was going to be, I don't know, it was Amityville something or other. And that one never got made either. But, I have a very particular set of skills. And they might not be good skills, I might just be faking it till I make it. But, you know, um, yeah, I've tried a couple different anthologies and we've gotten far into anthologies and then they just kind of all fall apart. And then Midnight Show, obviously, I've been shooting that since 2012 and I had to reshoot all the stuff that Kieran and Crystal and Tony and Justin were in and all that. So that's taken time. That would have been out 3 years ago. And that's also, it's not even just creatively draining. It's emotionally draining to have to keep going back and redoing things and keep having to be at the will of other people when it comes to this kind of stuff, so they don't fucking try to sue you or try to take credit for things. So it makes you go like, why am I doing this again? What? But there's this thing of needing to um, love the look of the new place. Thank you. Um, Creativity is tied to emotion, and I would feel like if I stopped doing it, I would feel like I was missing a limb or something like that because the process of writing, the process of gathering props, gathering actors, the process of being on set and directing is important to me. It's like nourishment. It's only when you take a step back and look at everything and then you let the voices get in that say like, why are you doing this, or all the things that go wrong and all that kind of stuff. That's when it becomes like, why are you doing this again? Like, why you're not getting anything out of this. If anything, you're going to lose because of this. And I've thought about that a lot, especially over the last 3 years. We're shooting all this stuff for Donald Farmer, or or you write for other people, and then you write something that you think is good, and then they go and they turn it into whatever they're going to turn it into. There's been a couple projects that I've been a writer on. When I saw the final cut, I was just like, oh, man, like, come on, like we had something better than that, So I don't know, but again, I'm not an artist, I'm just a dude trying to emulate the cheese and the sleaze that he grew up with. So read Al Pacino's book, Sonny Boy. You'll know why you do this. Yeah, I've been meaning to. I've actually, a couple of people have told me about that one. Not that I need more film books. Like I have stacks and stacks of film books and film theory books and books about creation of movie posters and comic books and special effects and all that kind of stuff over here. Audible. Okay, I will. Oh, it's read by Pacino. Okay. I don't know. It'll feel good once we have this one in the can. And as I move towards that, I'm just trying to like refill my cup to start the next one. Because, when people say, well, when the guy in the Dakotas wants to do another one and he counts on me because he believed in me to even get this project started, I wouldn't have been able to do this if it wasn't for him. So to have somebody believe in you um, that's an amazing feeling, but it's also a lot of pressure because again, you guys who watch, you guys who follow me and stuff like that, it would have been very easy for everyone to turn their back on me in 2021 after the plagiarism thing and be like, fuck that dude, like whatever, he was funny on that stupid show, but he's a dickhead. And then for people to come along and be like, we want to see you succeed. And I know I say this a lot. I want to pay people back by doing something that's worth their belief in me. I want to do something that's worth that dude getting me started to make a movie, wanting to do another movie with me. So it's a lot of pressure in that regard because it's like you don't want to let people down. Even if you let yourself down, you don't want to let other people down. And I've got a million and one fucking ideas, and I have 25 unproduced screenplays sitting on my desktop and stuff like that. It's just this matter of like I need to get myself back into that way of being able to create faster and with more like presence. Right now I feel like I'm just kind of throwing things together because they have to get done, or just to have something to show instead of like something like Florida Man or something like Planet Frankenstein or Vampire or something like that, where it's like it's a fully realized world that I created, and I was really proud of those scripts and stuff like that. And I want to try. I need to get back to that. I need to refill my cup basically, and I haven't been able to do that over the last few years. Really, it's just been this like just have something to show. Like in my mind, my ego is telling me you just need to create things just so that people realize that you can still create and that you're not what people say you are and stuff like that. So like that's been I'm trying to break that. I posted a thing on my Facebook recently. I was like, well, I have this script, the Laser Dudes one. I have this script. I wrote this really, really funny script for this guy who's a former pro skateboarder, and he wanted this like slasher movie about physical media. So I wrote him this script called Late Fees, which was based on a dream that I had where I was hunted by like the plague from Hobo with a Shotgun, but they were sent by the owner's son who owned Blockbuster Video, because I didn't return Young Guns 2. So I took that as an idea where you have the coked out son of this once huge corporate thing, and he wants back all the copies of all the unreturned VHS tapes from his dad's company. And it came to like guys I used to work with, like the movie dumpster guys or like Tony. They collect VHS tapes like from West Coast Video and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, it'd be kind of funny if you have these guys whose gimmick is they have the largest collection of unreturned tapes from this one company, and they put it out there on social media to get popular, like the Dinosaur Dracula guy, and then they put a target on their back because these fucking three mentally insane bounty hunters are sent to collect these tapes. So it's this siege on this studio that's sort of like the one that I used to work with and stuff like that. So I wrote a funny jab at people who I used to work with in this kind of fucked up physical media slasher movie. So I was like, okay, that's a cool one that we could do. Or Laser Dudes is like 90s Power Rangers meets Clerks with a bunch of like with Inframan in there and Kamen Rider in there and the show Photon from the 80s and stuff like that. Like I miss when I would have these wild swing ideas, and I need to get back to that. I need to figure out how to get back to that. I just haven't had the concepts don't hang together. I used to have an idea, and then I would see the ending, and then I would just work my way backwards to that, or I would have a poster idea, and then I would work my way into like, okay, well, how do you do that? So that's what I'm trying to figure out, is how to get back into that, and then for it not to be driven by my anger towards Ben. But I think it's just because we're in the fog of moving and the car situation and trying to finish this movie and stuff like that. And I think that once we get that out, something will spark me. Something I need a muse. I haven't had a muse in 3 years. So I need to find somebody who inspires me again to create. And I think that I'll be all right once we get that together. So any questions? Go back to live chat here. All right. Well, I think we'll call it a night. You know, I wanted to just pop on and say hello to everybody. Gave you all a lot to digest. Um, I don't know. I'm in a weird place right now. I'm in this still in this state of trying to settle, and as I'm trying to settle into where I am and finish something, I'm in this kind of spot where I'm trying to figure out. You need your own Monica Bellucci. Yeah, man. I mean, I used to have, you know, I had somebody who inspired 15 years of art, and they're not there anymore. And other people have kind of come and gone over the years, and they inspire things for a while, but it doesn't last. So I need to learn how to inspire myself. You know, so that's probably going to mean like another big chunk of watching old movies, maybe things I haven't seen before, and reading books and getting out into the world again. And you know, maybe something will you know, will spark me. But as of right now, it's been like deadline art. I don't like deadline art. I like creating things that it I know why everything is where it is and why it is, and making it detailed. Like again, if you looked at the if you looked at the Florida Man script, or if you looked at the Planet Frankenstein script, it's so fucking layered on jokes and references on top of each other and little things, because I like it was this full like boom and exploded out of me, and I haven't had that in a really long time, and I want that again. I want to try to figure out how to get back to that, but until then, it's just been you know, when somebody needs something. Oh my god, Elvira. All right, that's it. So that don't knock this over again. I'll have a tripod next time we do this. Have a good night, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.